Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another bargain eBay unboxing. Now normally I would attack these boxes before I even start filming, but I went to do it and then I realised how this person had paid for the postage, which I think is fantastic. I'll give you an overview of all these stamps they've used. And you can tell how old they are. Well, look at that one. 1977, 9p, 8.5p, some more 9p's at 31, and these are paid for this postage because you can see where they've been franked, like that one, March 25. £15.5p. Yeah, so I don't know how they've got all these stamps. Obviously I'm laying about and decided to whack them all on this parcel. These stamps are probably worth more than what's in the box. And when the postman delivered it, we both stood there for ages looking at it. Yeah, what a great way of doing it. Love it. It's a shame I'm going to have to rip it. Right, so there you go. That's how they did it. Right, I'll make a start on opening it, and then we'll be back and see what's in there. Strange one this, because I've had two things delivered today and I can't remember which is which, or I don't know which is which. So it's a bit of a surprise for me. So, see you back in a minute. Sadly, the quality packaging thing sort of died a death once I got the tape off, because it was just a cereal box. And then what looks like a bit of board for a board game. Top and bottom, and then a load of bubble. So I think I know what this is now, but I don't know if it's going to be any good. Sounds a bit rattly already. Let's just put the camera down and change the angle. Hopefully that's a bit better. All right. So there's the first bit. This is a Rivarossi of some sort. Let me just have a look in the other bit. Yeah, that must be the driven one, right. So there they are out of the packaging. Can't remember what these are called. They're called PAs. There's two there, one's a dummy, and one's the driven. That's the driven one, that's the dummy one, with some, sounds like the weight's nice and loose in there. Very dirty, well, dusty. Just needs a clean. I think I'll have the top off of these, assuming they work all right, and give them a bit of a clean out. Yeah, decent looking. I'm going to see if it's going to run in a minute, and that'll be the clincher. Yeah, transfers are good. I mean, look at that. See, I thought all that dirt there. Oh God, what's that? Some sort of eggs. It's actually what was in the cereal box. It's like bits of shreddy or something. Nice. So yeah, it's like, I think it's my only Rivarossi diesel. Don't think I've got any others. I think it's quite nicely made, looks nicely made. It's of its time, isn't it? Actually made in Italy as well. So apart from brushing off all that, whatever that is, I'm not going to do anything to it until we try and run it. which will be next. So there it is over there on the track. I've given it a brush off, loads more bits of cereal fell out of it. I haven't connected the two together because someone's done some sort of lash up on the couplings. I think that's the politest way I can put it. Also the dummy one is so stiff it's ridiculous. So we'll just try the power car and see if it even goes. It's an old Rivarossi, of course it's going to go. But it does have a problem with that coupling. You can see there what someone's done. Well, I don't actually know what they've done. Put that coupling on there somehow. I might have to take that off because that's pretty crap, to be honest. And I can't run it backwards. Maybe I can hold it up in the air. Right, let's try it again. So it looks like it's the rear bogie that's driven. You can see the lights working on that end, not this end. Oh, they are working now. Yeah, that coupling's going to cause problems. Right, let me deal with that. Well, I've actually taken it off, so we can just give this a run, if it will. Tell you what, that's pretty good, isn't it? I think what I'm going to do is, it needs the wheels cleaning. Let's have another look. Yeah, wheels look a bit iffy. That's a traction tyre there, and the back one, I think. 2 traction tyres. So that's driven, that's not, and none of these at the front are. Fair enough, I suppose. I think I've got some actual Rivarossi couplings that will fit in there. I'll have a look at that. I think this looks alright. Once it's cleaned up, it's a bit more shiny on the front, hopefully. And quite impressed the lights are working. Just have a look at the other end. So as I say, this one's very light, but it does pick up for its own lights, which is pretty good. Yeah, you've got pickups both ends, look. And someone's managed to fashion a Hornby style coupling in there. I'll have to see what I've got, what I can get in there. I'm sure I've got some proper Rivarossi ones from somewhere, and this is what was in it. And this is the, if I can stop fiddling around with it, that's the actual coupling that pushes in, and someone's just sort of laid one of them on it, which I suppose would work if you put coaches between the two, because it would sit up then. Anyway, I'm going to see what I've got and see if I can learn how to take these apart. I'm guessing you just pull the, unclip the tops and they'll come off. Yeah, let's see how we get on. So I've got the top off of the non-powered end, this is, as you can see. And I'm just going to show you the amount of, well, I can't think of a better word for it, shit that came out of it. All that fell out of there when I took the top off. There's some over there as well. So I've brushed it out as best I can. I've got a little handheld hoover that will get rid of all this. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's I thought it was part of the cereals, but I'm not convinced anymore. Some sort of alien eggs. Well, I'm going to get rid of this and have a better look at this. So I've given this a good clean up, cleaned out all that, whatever that is in there, or was in there. Makes a change from pubes, to be fair. The top's held on with these, there's screws at the bottom, go in and screw into them, so it's quite easy to get apart. Yeah, so I've cleaned those wheels up there, and also they were very stiff, they're better now. Also there was a loose weight, there's two weights under this, that clips down. I think there may have been a weight missing, because even with that clip down it didn't hold the weight, so a bit of packing has got in there now. Doesn't rattle anymore, so that's better. And as for this will get a bit of a soak in some soapy water, and I'll get this cleaned up, because I think that'll clean up quite well. Soapy water and a toothbrush. I do think that will come up quite nicely. So that's a non-powered end. I haven't had a look at couplings yet, but I'll leave that for now. And I'll have a look at the powered end next. I'll put this back together. Yeah, and then we'll have a look at that. So the driving half, I've got that apart, same as the other one, just in screws. We've got a bunch of weights that wedge up this end, which I've got to put back slightly because they've come out. Apart from that, it's pretty much exactly the same as the dummy end. And then this is similar as well with the bulb, the screw pieces, and the old bomb-proof Rivarossi motor. Looks like that's the same one, or close to it, as what you get in the big boys and things I've worked on before. It says Rivarossi there, I think. Yeah. The big ring magnet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a touch of oil on there, and then have an examination to see if I can get to the gears, which must be in there somewhere. So I'll keep you informed. Oh, in case you're interested, hardly any of that strange shit was in this end, I'm glad to say. I was half expecting to find some sort of monster animal living in this half, but no, it's all right. Right, let's have a look at this. Well, I've decided to take the base keeper off and see what was in there. You can see we've got all brass gears. There's the worm there. Some very sticky stuff on that. As is this. This looks like old grease here. Yeah, it's not sticky, but it doesn't look great. And plenty of gears, metal gears at that, what look like brass. And a spring there on that one. So I'm going to clean that up a bit, put some new grease on there. I mean, to be fair, it ran okay anyway, didn't it? But wouldn't hurt to replace a bit of that. Contact cleaner on there first, and then get some of the sticky stuff off of that worm drive, because the end of that's horrible. And yeah, go from there. It's nice that the base keeper plate just screws on though, instead of awful clips in old plastic. So let me get on with that. So the Santa Fe Specials back on the track, it's had a good clean out, bit of lubrication, some grease on the gears as I showed you. I also found a proper Rivarossi coupling, so that's on the drive car, but unfortunately I've only got one. So it's got a hook and loop on the back, whereas the dummy car's got a sort of tension lock thing that's been jury rigged up until I can find another official Rivarossi one. So this is actually an EMD8, I believe. I looked it up and I can't put an official date to it because they seem to have made a lot of these, lots of different liveries, but about 3 or 4 different versions of the Santa Fe, although they're probably all the same, just came out at different dates. But it's looking around 80 to 84, I think. If anyone knows any better, feel free to stick it in the comments. So how does it run now? Well, I've coupled it up. Because the two couplings don't match, I've used an old Lima converter wagon in the middle, which goes from tension lock to hook and loop. And we've got the trailing car on the back. The trailing car is still a bit stiff, the wheels, but they're much better. And I think it's just the pickups, because it's got its own pickups for the lights in the back. But I think, like all my Rivarossis I've still got, that whole motor in there is a classy bit of stuff. Considering the age of it, how well this runs. May not look quite right because of what's in the middle, but to be honest, I'm not sure I've even got any coaches I can run with this, or not in that livery anyway. So I think we'll give that a blast round. It's quite dim and dark up here at the minute, so around the back of the layout you should be able to pick up the lights quite well. But it's amazing how quiet this appears to have become since oiling it. Not that it was particularly noisy in the first place, but there you go, the EMD8. I think that motor is almost silent now. Can't really hear any motor noise, can you? Except from that fella going past who's still running in. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now, it's just occurred to me, this is called a eBay bargains video, and I haven't said how much this was. So this was £24, including postage, for the two. Now, admittedly, it was a bit dirty, as you saw, with all its strange things inside it, but I don't think you can argue for 24 quid for that. Obviously not the lemur wagon in the middle, and I haven't had to do much to get that running. Get that running nicely. No box, no instructions, mind. But yeah, 24 quid, and they had free postage. So yeah, I like that. I've just got to find something to run it with. Yeah, so that's the Rivarossi EMD8. Two locos set. Obviously that one's unpowered, but lights at both ends for about 19.80 for 24 quid. Let us know what you think if you've got one of these. I'm quite impressed, and I think once that gets a bit of a clean up on the outside, that's going to look pretty impressive. So thanks for watching. Let us know what you think. See you in the next one. Bye for now.